All right, this tool is the attention tracker and the hour tracker. So we are pretty much tracking where our attention is going in 30-minute increments. So for example, this is a big example that I will include with the tool here. We're going to be tracking every 30 minutes throughout the entire day for a good 7 days. And I know it might be a little bit cumbersome to track every 30 minutes, but it will give you a huge insight into where your attention really is going rather than where you think it's going. It really is a big eye-opener because I thought I was getting a lot of focus and a lot of things done throughout the day, only to find out that I had so many distractions going on throughout the day. So how you can use this tool is you have to put in a reminder or an alarm every 30 minutes on your phone. You can do that by setting up a reminder every 30 minutes, or you can do that by downloading an app, and I'll leave a link to some apps down below. And so for every 30 minutes, you want to write down what you have done prior to that 30 minutes. So for example, if your alarm goes off at 10:30 p.m., you want to put down what you did between 10 and 10:30 p.m. So for this example, let's just say I went on social media at 10 p.m. And so you want to do that throughout the entire day, okay? And then after you do that throughout the entire day, you want to color coordinate them. So there is a key on the right side here, which indicates the color and what that color means. So green means like flow. This means like the deep work, your one thing, your main projects that you've accomplished. Or the blue means positive stuff like reading, learning, taking courses, classes, etc. Yellow means neutral stuff like chores, tasks, appointments, meetings, etc. And red, which you should try to stay away from, are distractions, social media, TV, Netflix, and all that stuff. And the pink just means sleep, okay? So you want to color coordinate that, and that is really important for this tool, because the very cool thing about this tool is that I added a custom script that automatically calculates all of these hours right down here. So it will automatically calculate the hours throughout the week depending on the color of this background. So it's important to color the background the same color as the key here, okay? And once you do that, again, it will automatically calculate your hours. So you can see how many hours of flow you got, you can see how many hours of positive things you got, neutral things you had, and distractions you had, and how much sleep you had, okay? And make sure that you are tracking and putting the sleep in from the prior day's sleep. So the sleep that you had prior to this day, you want to put that on top of your day, because your sleep is a big indicator on how productive you can be, on how focused you are the next day. Okay, so you want to put sleep on top of your day. Okay, so these are the hours for the day throughout the day. And the thing about this custom tool is that it refreshes by making a change. But the ironic thing is, if you change the background, it doesn't refresh. So you have to make a change that's not the color of the background. So just go to any cell in this column here and just make any kind of change. Doesn't matter what kind of change it is. Just don't make a background color change, because that won't refresh it. It's only when you make like a numerical or an alphabetical change of some sorts that it will refreshen the data. Okay, so that will give you a refreshing data here. And on the right side, you will see your weekly total. So you'll get a big insight into your flow hours and your distractions and your sleep and everything else. So this is how you can analyze your attention hours, okay? So you want to keep a lookout for your flow hours, your distractions, and your sleep. So for flow hours, these are just like your concentration hours. So you want your flow hours, ideally, to be higher than your distraction hours, okay? So right here, as an example, on this day, this is a very bad ratio because we had 11 hours of distraction compared to only 4 hours of flow work. So you want this number to be higher than your distraction hours. And sleep, how you can look at sleep is you want to find a correlation between the hours of sleep you had and the correlation to how many flow hours you had that day. So for example, let's say you had about 8 hours of sleep that day, and 8 hours of sleep the prior day gave you an outcome of, say, like 8 hours of flow time, which is really good. Well, then you can find correlations between sleep and your focus. You can say, okay, if I get about 8 hours of sleep, then I get more focus power. But if I get about 6 hours of sleep, then I start to lose on that focus power. So you can make a big correlation between your sleep and your focus power by using the tool. So your goal, as you can see, there is a week 1 and a week 6, is that by the end of the 6-week program, that everything looks a lot better. Everything looks a lot more organized, and your flow hours are increased by a lot, and your distractions are decreased by a lot. And again, you want to look out for your flow to distraction ratio, right? And you really want to maximize the flow, your focus, and the number of hours you put into your craft, and you want to minimize your distraction. And you also want to have a good amount of deep sleep as much as possible. And on the left here, you'll also see that there's a space for REM sleep and deep sleep and flow GKI. And REM sleep, you can track this by using your iPhone, or you can use this by using a sleep tracker, which I will leave a link down to below. And one of the most accurate ways that I found is by using what's called an Oura ring, O-U-R-A ring. But you don't have to. I mean, you can always use an iPhone or an app on your phone. So you can write those numbers down here if you wish, which is optional. And you can also write your flow GKI numbers here if you want to as well. And I will explain that in the health section. All right, so that's it for the attention tracker. This is a real big game changer because it really gives you an objective view on where your attention is going rather than where you think it's going.